Everyone who strives to transform their life must recognize several key principles. Stop moving as if you've been broken by life circumstances. Change your manner of speaking. Get rid of the uncertainty in your voice as if every word is a question. Abandon an existence full of doubts, as if you're constantly apologizing for taking up space in this world. From this moment on, act with confidence, as if you have already reached the heights of success, and let this confidence permeate your every action. It's important to understand that this approach isn't just a display of self-assurance, but rather a conscious choice, because the path to perfection begins precisely when you decide to move as if you're destined to be on top. Even when you're still in the process of ascending, don't expect someone to come along and bestow confidence or strength upon you. The world respects those who respect themselves, not for their past achievements, but for how they conduct themselves in the face of uncertainty and risk. Most people tend to wait for external validation, the perfect moment, or a feeling of complete readiness before taking action. However, the Stoic approach lies in understanding that the world yields to those who act as if what they desire has already become reality. Don't wait for life to present you with a crown. Instead, behave as if it already belongs to you by right. This isn't an expression of arrogance, but rather an expression of inner clarity and confidence that your discipline, your overcome difficulties, and moments of silent work on yourself have forged something indestructible within you. Therefore, as you set out on your journey, let your proud posture speak louder than any words. When you speak, let every word be weighty, like a polished stone, and not fleeting, like smoke. When appearing in society, don't rely on universal love, but realize that a strong personality is the storm that people watch with fascination. It is necessary to act with confidence in one's own superiority, for such an attitude does not border on madness, but bestows a strength that inspires awe. This is the truth that many cannot accept. They mistakenly take modesty for humiliation and silence for a manifestation of fear. However, wise Stoics understood that even the greatness of Marcus Aurelius, the ruler of a vast empire, would be insignificant without virtue. Nevertheless, he never allowed himself to walk with the submissiveness of a servant tormented by doubts. He ruled relying on inner strength, for reason and inner fortitude are the true kingdom of each individual. Does the reader realize what it means to walk like a king in a world that seeks to make you crawl? This doesn't mean puffing out your chest ostentatiously or speaking louder. It means being an unshakable anchor, rooted and unwavering. Epictetus, born into slavery, managed to preserve the freedom of his soul. Why? Because he behaved as if he already possessed the one treasure that no one could take away from him, his character. When someone demonstrates self-confidence, it's not just posturing, but a real battle with the inner critic who tells them of their inadequacy. It is this voice that must be silenced in order to find true freedom. In truth, this person has experienced a great deal of suffering, perhaps even more than most people can imagine, and they carried this burden silently, not flaunting their wounds, but hiding them deep inside. This pain became an integral part of their being. It influenced their movements, gave strength to their voice, and left its mark on their gaze. And although those around them saw only calmness, they didn't notice how unshakable strength was born. Discipline becomes their reliable armor, and pain transforms into a source of energy. True strength manifests itself the moment a person stops begging for it. Just look around, and you can see that the world bows down to noisy and fragile personalities. However, Stoicism teaches to be calm and unwavering, to behave as if you have gone through hellish trials, because that is indeed the case, and at the same time, to hold your head high as if the fire has cleansed you, only making you stronger. Reflecting on the transience of existence, Seneca wisely noted that it is not life itself that is short, but we ourselves shorten it, wasting precious moments on trifles. Indeed, every day when we settle for less, when we are tormented by doubts, when we seek approval in the eyes of others, we irretrievably lose a part of ourselves. It's time to stop. After all, life is an unrelenting struggle, and the battlefield is our own mind. Win the victory there, and everything else will follow. There is no need to crave applause and crowds of admirers, no need to seek faith in someone else. The most important thing is to believe in yourself. It is necessary to walk through life as a hardened warrior of your spirit, as a person who has gone through fire and water and has reconciled with all the trials to come. Let pain become your ally, loneliness your test, and failures your stepping stones to success. When a person behaves like a winner, they cease to be a puppet of circumstances and begin to control their destiny. They choose their path, guided not by egoistic motives, but by strict discipline. This is that cold-blooded and unwavering self-respect that needs no justification, asks for no mercy, and does not tremble with fear. Creating his Meditations, Marcus Aurelius did not seek to impress others. He wrote for himself, reminding his soul that even an emperor needs to be guided by something higher than fleeting desires and passions. There is something sublime in every person, their personal moral compass, an unshakable set of rules that says, even bleeding, they will not allow themselves to lead a miserable existence. Even in complete solitude, they will not speak as if they have lost their way. They will not live their life feeling unworthy, for dignity is not a gift, but a conscious choice. And this choice is made here and now. A person acts as if they are the best thing in this world because they are familiar with the feeling of lonely pain, silent sobs, defeats without a single cry, undervaluation, oblivion, and betrayal. Despite everything they have experienced, they find the strength to rise. Perhaps their gait will not be perfect. Perhaps their body will be covered in scars, but they will continue to stand. This is what sets them apart from others. Not impeccability, but an unwavering determination to move forward, regardless of circumstances, even when no one is watching their efforts, especially when they remain alone with their difficulties. If a person strives for peace of mind, they should build an impregnable fortress within themselves. If they yearn for respect, let them first earn it in their own eyes. If they dream of becoming the best, let them stop apologizing for their ambitions, explaining their discipline, and dimming their energy so that others feel comfortable. The truth is that most people are afraid of a person who exudes confidence. Why? Because they expose their own hesitations. Their strength exposes their excuses. Their calmness reveals their inner chaos, and their silence confounds their need for constant validation. In a world where many strive for fleeting attention, there is another path, the path of creation and authenticity. While some create only the appearance of confidence, others painstakingly work on something real and lasting. While the voices of the crowd drown out the silence, true strength is born in calmness, consistency, and power. This is the Stoic approach to life. A Stoic does not need loud declarations of their greatness. Their confidence manifests itself in every step, in every action, as if fate has already been decided, and they are only following it with unwavering discipline. This path is certainly fraught with difficulties. Pain, sacrifice, and loneliness become inevitable companions. After all, having chosen the path of excellence, a person rejects the comfort of mediocrity, the easy fate of a victim, and the familiar society of the crowd. However, this price is justified, for the reward is true freedom. Freedom from the need for external validation of one's own worth, from waiting for ideal conditions, from the power of fear, doubt, and the opinions of others. It is worth waking up every morning with the awareness that your whole life depends on it and act accordingly. Every step must be filled with purpose, every exercise, preparation for future trials. Speech should be measured and concise. Every word should have weight, reflecting control and stoic calmness. It's time to leave the servile mentality behind and walk through life with your head held high, feeling freedom in every movement.